Good morning. Who's ready for a few shout outs? A couple of these I enjoy just because of who they are. Some of these are some new ones that I've found recently, and a couple of them I've already shouted out once before, but if you haven't seen them, check them out. The first one is someone who has a podcast called Purls. A lot of hers is about knitting, but it's I just enjoy listening to her. And that is Gott Warner. And I'm really surprised that she has less than 300 people who follow her YouTube channel. So I hope that you'll go and give Kara a look-see and subscribe to her. The next one, of course, is one I've shouted out before, and that's Carla's Crochet Crafts and Creations. I always enjoy watching hers. Then there is Ashley from Casually Crafted. I've shouted out her before. The new one is Ariana Hall. A lot of hers are how-tos, stitch-alongs, those kind of things. And then, of course, there's Jennifer Crafty Bones. Jennifer she's got a lot of great makes, and lately she's been doing the mask for her and her daughter. I believe that Jennifer is an x-ray tech at a hospital. So she introduced me to a new style of mask. So I'm pretty glad to see that. So I'm going to give that mask a try. For some of my other folks who don't particularly care for the Olsen style or the pleated mask. I did try it. I told you about the one for the hearing aids. The only problem is it's a really small mask, the way that it's designed. And I couldn't even get it to go around my head the way it was originally designed. Had to do a lot of things to add to it. And here's the funny thing. One afternoon I happened to put on my Olsen mask that has the elastic ties that go around the back of the neck and up to the top of the head. I happened to put it down and put the elastic tie under my ear. It worked fine. So now I'm recommending to those that have hearing aids and those kind of things to consider using an Olsen mask with the long ties so that they can adjust the ties down under their hearing aids. So I don't even know how that happened, other than just one day I just happened to put it on, and maybe it slipped, I don't know. So yeah, that works out good. Then there's Eden's Fun Craft. Now Eden, I believe, is under 18. I'm not real sure. But I think she's like 16, 17 years old. I'm not real positive. I haven't gone through and watched all of her videos. I've watched 2, and she's very bright, bubbly, and has quite a few makes. And so go check Eden's channel out. Then there is Pam of Carroway Crochet. Now Pam is someone, a lot of hers are how-to stitches, different designs, those kind of things. She also designs patterns. And what I found interesting is her Instagram, she's got tons of followers. But her YouTube channel, not so much. So go check out Pam. I started with, I think, one of the first videos, and I'm enjoying what Pam is showing. Then there is Sarah of Yarnmugs Podcast. Sarah does knitting, crocheting, and she has started sewing. So I'm enjoying watching her. I don't know, well, I'll talk about that in a minute. But I'm enjoying, what I'm seeing so far. Then this next one I found was the Country Crochet Podcast with Katie. She hasn't done anything in the past few months, but I think there are 2 or 3 videos up there, and I really enjoyed what I was seeing. So I don't know you know, what's happened in Katie's life. Maybe she just got busy with life and has stopped. But, maybe she'll start back up again. Then there is Kelly with Holly and Mistletoe. And I'm telling you, I'm loving those videos. She does something called Isolation Protocol Day 70, Day 69, whatever, and talks about things going on in her life and those kind of things. So I'm really enjoying Kelly's Isolation Protocol days. Now, to get back to the sewing with Sarah of Yarnmugs Podcast. I have long time enjoyed sewing. I decided recently that I was going to conquer my fear of knit. So I am starting to learn and sew some knit patterns, shirts for myself, knit, rayon, lycra, those kind of things, and some jersey knits. I have always had issues with it, so I'm doing everything I can to learn, to grow, to sew with those. So I'm enjoying this exploration a little bit. And there are some shirts that I absolutely love in my clothing items. So I am going to try to replicate those with some of the knit fabric that I've purchased recently. So it should be interesting to see how that goes. Being a plus size girl, a lot of patterns just do not go up to the size that I need, and it frustrates me no end. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to trying it. There are a lot of new digital patterns online that are for us plus size girls, but some of them, while they say plus size, they don't go above size 20. And to me, that's not a true plus size. There is one pattern group, I think it's called Petite Designs. I think that's what it is, or Petite Stitching. I can't remember. Um, but when I get into that, when I start showing you some of the objects that I've done, I will definitely link those. But yeah, they have a lot of designs that go up to 5X, 6X, so those I'm really enjoying seeing. Although most of those are digital patterns, so you have to send off someplace to either print off the large size patterns for you, which is real simple. It's not that expensive to do, or you can use your printer and paper and print out about 9,700 pages and then tape them together. And I figure it's probably cheaper to go to with the online printer, PDF plotting, and just go with them. So that's what I'm looking forward to. I'm playing around with a few knits that I had set aside for just like adding in, side pieces to make items larger for some people. We had some t-shirts that were given to us by one of the gals who did a project with the prayer shawl group. So I have some leftover pieces of that, and I'm just going to practice and play with the stitches and figure out what works the best, and get used to those stretch stitches that are on my sewing machine. So yeah, that's something I'm looking forward to. So I'm enjoying watching Sarah of Yarnmugs Podcast going through her sewing, getting into it, and her journey with it as well. That is it for today for the shout outs. I hope everybody's having a great day. Um, I'm still a little sore from my fibro flare up, and the other thing is sinuses are really bad here. The pollen count's pretty high. Not only that, I woke up this morning with an ear hurting, and my first thought is always an ear infection. But then I remember that lots of times when your sinuses, you're having issues, and you start having the earache, it's because your sinus issues are pulling the eardrum in, and it's not really an infection. And you really need something that has prednisone, a nose spray, or even just normal saline nose spray. But I don't always use the one that was prescribed for me with prednisone. And I probably, during this time when the pollen's so high, should just use it. But it's been interesting. And I'm loving how the hair is looking even with it crazy. And yeah. Alright, I'll see you guys soon. Everybody practice kindness and check out these channels.